Hello to all you polarizing heroes and magnetic villains. Welcome to another visual guide dedicated to helping fellow players such as yourself. Today we'll take a look at Abandoned Subway Elite, an elite level duo introduced through the Shock to the System DLC. If you're looking for a guide on the regular event version, then I would suggest using what you learn from this guide, as all versions share the same mechanics. My name is Starry and I'll be your guiding light. This duo can easily be completed with any role combination, as most of the damage from the bosses can easily be avoided. So don't fret if you can't find a healer or a tank to team up with. In typical DCUO fashion, there will be some ads in the hallways leading up to every boss. The first boss of the instance will be the lovely Turtle Dove. The main mechanics players will need to watch out for will be Rain of Feathers, her 2 dashes, and Wing Buffet. Turtle Dove will go into the sky, which can be preceded with an AoE pull-in. She will fly in place and drop down a hail of feathers that will damage anyone caught in the downpour. Simply move out of range and continue to DPS her while she's stuck in place. Spinning Winds is a damaging dash that deals out AoE damage when she hits her target. She will point at the intended target before dashing, so players will need to keep an eye out for the tail. Flying Charge is another dash attack from Turtle Dove, where she will look at her target before dashing at them. Sometimes she can also go into the sky before dashing, so make sure to keep a constant eye on her. Simply block during either dash attack and roll out of the way. Wing Buffet will place a red arrow on her target's head. Shortly after, Turtle Dove will go to her target, attacking them with multiple AoE attacks. Her lesser mechanics are her fire puddles and frontal cone attack. Avoid standing in the blue fire puddles and move out of range of the cone attack, or lunge to interrupt her. Another thing to note will be Ebon's damaging puddles. These purple puddles will appear on every boss fight, so avoid standing in them. She will repeat all of her mechanics until defeated. The second boss you'll face will be Daboom. Daboom has 2 fairly simple mechanics, his radioactive shield and his frontal cone attack. Daboom will hold his arm in the air before taking a blocking stance. Players should stop attacking him immediately, as attacking him while his shield is up will damage the attacking player as well as dropping a damaging puddle under the player. Daboom will target a player with a wide frontal cone attack that will damage upon contact and leave a nasty damage over time effect. Simply move out of the way to avoid the damage. Daboom will also drop green puddles on the players. Make sure to not let Daboom touch these puddles or he will absorb them and use Radioactive Blast, which is a room-wide AoE that does huge damage. The next and final boss will be Ebon. The first mechanics players will need to watch out for will be Ebon's Energy Blast and Disintegration Beam. Ebon will target a player and throw an exploding projectile at the target with Energy Blast. This attack will leave a small, highly damaging dot on the player. Disintegration Beam will target a player in the same way. Block to reduce the damage from both of these attacks, including the dot from Energy Blast. Ebon will toss out Shadow Bombs that will explode, dealing AoE damage after a short time. Just move out of the way of the projectile and don't stand near them once they land to avoid the damage. After an audio cue from Ebon, he will begin charging orbital strikes that look like shadowy puddles on the both players' feet. Move out of range of the orbital strikes to avoid the damage. Ebon also shoots a channeled line attack that players can easily step out of range of to avoid the damage. Ebon will also perform an interruptible channeled pull called Soul Leech. Ebon will pull a player into him while also healing back some of his health. Lunge him to interrupt the attack or keep rolling away from him. Ebon does an attack similar to Doomsday's Spike Wave attack, which is a damaging frontal cone. The final mechanic players will need to watch out for will be Ebon's Tendrils. He'll target a player, locking them in place while dealing high damage. The targeted player will need to input mash in order to break free and stop the damage. He'll repeat all his mechanics until he's defeated. And thanks for watching, everyone. Please let me know if you've enjoyed this guide and leave a thumbs up if it's helped you out. And if you're interested in staying up to date with all the latest DCUO guides from me, then subscribe to the channel. The next instance we'll take a look at will be Meta Therapy Clinic Elite. See ya.